They're protecting and enhancing the lives of children and families around the world. Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Laurel Hess and this is Comcast Newsmakers. Joining me now is the Senior Vice President of Child and Family Services for Bethany Christian Services, Brian DeVos. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So around the world,
Yes.
I always think of your organization as sort of a Michigan West Side organization, but 100 locations across the United States alone and some around the world.
That's correct. We started in 1944 and have expanded around the world related to the needs of children. And so we are in 14 different countries and, like you said, 100 locations in the U.S., providing services that protect children and keep them safe in families. So our vision at Bethany is to have a child in a family. So every child deserves a loving family. We work very difficult cases and difficult situations to help children find loving families. So that's our focus.
Primarily then working with the foster care and the adoptive care system, trying to place children in either of those appropriate situations.
Yes, many of our services are adoption related, so kids who are available to be adopted, either through our private infant adoption program or through the foster care child welfare system. So we serve a number of children in Michigan where there are about 13,000 children in foster care, and we help to find families for those kids and then also find loving permanent adoptive families for children who do not return home to their biological families who are in foster care and they're available for adoption.
13,000 children just in Michigan. That
Correct.
seems like a daunting number. Are you in need of more families to, I don't know if you have to train, or how do you become a foster family? I would imagine you need them.
Yeah, we need great, loving, committed foster parents. And for children who are either in sibling groups or teenage children, and we always need good families who are interested in investing their time into the lives of kids. There are about 400,000 kids around the country in foster care, so Michigan's 13,000 is a part of that number. But we need families that are also able to be safe families to keep children out of foster care. We need foster parents to be licensed to care for these kids, and then also those parents sometimes end up adopting these kids and become their permanent families.
What does it take to be a foster parent so that you can maybe take away some of that fear, that stigma, that it's going to be extremely difficult, I can't do that?
Yep. There are some training classes that foster parents take to prepare them for being a foster parent. There also are some state-required licensing rules and regulations and processes that families have to go through, like have record checks and do background checks, as well as a home study that needs to be completed. And so that process, while it feels a little bit intrusive, we really try to make that a comfortable process, but we want to make sure families are ready to care for the kids that they want to care for, and also that they're educated on the need and what will be in store for them.
Well, and there is a tremendous need, right? And the correct match and having a good foster or adoptive home,
Yes.
it really changes a life forever.
Absolutely, because a child coming into foster care, it's very traumatic for them to be removed from their biological parents. And we want families that are really dedicated to being unconditionally loving to those kids, and we'll meet them where they're at and to help them through the process. And the first goal always is to reunify the children with their biological families. And so we really work hard to keep their families together. If that's not possible, then we move towards adoption.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. Great work you're doing. Thank
Thanks.
you. For more information on today's topic, you can visit bethany.org. Today's Comcast Newsmaker was Brian DeVos, the Senior Vice President of Child and Protective Family Services for Bethany Christian Services.